live stream. I'm back. Don't get mad at me. Do not get mad at me for all the people that was probably wondering, where were you last night? You were supposed to sleep with us. I apologize. I was really thinking about it. But about last night, yo. Hi, Lorraine. How you doing, babe? Listen, y'all. Yesterday, I had a good day yesterday. So by the end of the night, I was hella tired. Like, I was lit. I'm not gonna lie, I was lit. Hey, girl. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. How y'all feeling? Yeah, I was lit. So you know how typically for my sleep streamathons, I'll start the live when I'm counting my money at the club. Well, that's how it's been this week because I've been at my club this week. But any other time, I'll just start it whatever. So, you know, I had a really good day yesterday. And the night went by really fast, which is crazy because I thought that I really wasn't doing much. Like the start of the night was like smooth, but it wasn't anything too crazy. It was smooth. It was like the people that I went up to, like, it wasn't like, I didn't feel like I worked a lot. So when I was counting my money last night, I'm like, where did all this money come from? I'm thinking I left money over from another day. I'm like, yeah, no. And I love nights like that. I pray for nights like that, actually, where it's like I feel like I'm not doing a lot, or I'll have moments where I'm like sitting, not realizing that the people that I was with, they like, you know, they took care of me. And I was gonna go live in the locker room last night, but it was too much going on. A lot of the girls were still there by closing. I literally left the club a little bit after closing. So them folks kept me there till lights came on, but no complaints. But yeah, a lot of the girls were still there, so that's a good sign. And yeah, it was just a lot going on. There was gonna be too many girls walking back and forth. I haven't been in the live since you played Kid Camp, but I've been subscribed. Glad you're okay. Oh, thank you, babe. How did you feel about that album? Did you listen to it? But yeah, so y'all would have seen, it would have been too much to show on camera. Girls were naked and whatever. And then these girls started arguing. These girls started arguing, yo. Sorry, y'all can see my phone reflection. I don't know what happened. Like, everything was fine. Like, everything was straight. Everything was cool. And then, I don't know, but the girls just started arguing. I don't even know what they were arguing about. And they were arguing for, like, a good, like, 15, 20 minutes. No fight broke out. You know, one of the girls was prepared to fight. But at my club, we don't really do stuff like that. It's funny because the girls and I were just talking about how at my club, there's not really no, like, fighting and whatnot. Like, my club doesn't do that. Like, if you fight, they're more than likely gonna, like, fire you or suspend you or whatever. They're not really big with that, you know? So, it was generally, like, a lot going on. And I ended up getting my food. I ate my food, and then I literally saw 333 when I got in my car, because I was contemplating on whether or not I wanted to go on live or not. I was like, I could still start the sleep stream and whatever, but I kid you guys not, when I got home, I crashed. I woke up, my bathroom light was on, my kitchen light was on. I didn't even do my hair. Like, I woke up naked. I literally crashed. I was like, I gotta put me first. So that's why I didn't get a sleep stream for me last night. But I had a good night, though. Hey, Damien, I'm good. How about you? I loved it. Now I'm into Summer Walker's new album. And fighting isn't cute, but sometimes. Yeah, I literally don't know what they were arguing about. There was a common denominator person that's friends with both of the girls that was going back and forth. The one thing I can acknowledge is at least the girls were mature enough to know that fighting was stupid. Like, even the other girls that were trying to help one of the girls calm down, like, at least everybody was aware that fighting is stupid and y'all too grown for this, and for what, you know. Can you please be live tomorrow? I can. I'm trying to figure out what the plan is for my tomorrow, honestly. I might just utilize my tomorrow to just do laundry, go to the grocery store. I just have to get some produce. A lot of my food that I have is frozen, so it needs to be prepared fresh. So I just got to get produce, whatever vegetables I want to eat with my meat. But yeah, so my night was smooth. I had this one customer, and you have those customers that the minute they meet you, right, it's good for the money, you know, like, we're gonna play our role to get our bag, right? I'm deep cleaning my house tomorrow night. I'm gonna take a day off. I'm gonna bleach everything clean. I'm a fan of that. I'm gonna clean my my shower too tomorrow. Tomorrow's giving like cleaning day. You're enjoying a rainy Saturday. Fortunately, it's not raining for Atlanta today. But yes, a deep clean is very necessary. It's very good. I deep cleaned a week ago and whatnot. But yeah, so the start of my night yesterday, I had 2 regulars, and then I met this guy, and he showed me love. But then he started talking that stuff like, oh, yeah, I can get you up out of here. I don't even gotta have sex with you. Like, like, I really got it like that. But then when guys say that, they also say things like, why I gotta spend the money on you in here, though? I can give you more outside of here. And then I'm just like, why can't you do both? And then they have this look on their face, and then they try to figure out a reason to be like, well, no, I can still give you more. Whatever. It's a whole thing that guys do. Well, at least those guys. That's what they do. And they're just all talk. They basically just want to get some play. Like, whatever. But it's so funny because when you reject their advances in that way, then they want to try to flip the script, and then they want to be like, well, you won't get that money in here. You're not going to get no money in here. And then in my brain, I'm like, see, you're exposing your character. I'm really big now. Like, 2025 taught me how to really pay attention to people's character. And like how they say you won't know how people really feel about you until they're mad at you or you get into an argument. Like, you know, when you stop being friends with somebody, and then when you stop being friends with them, then they end up like gossiping about you or saying all these things about you. And it's like, damn, you had secret animosity about me this whole friendship. It's like that, but with strangers that you don't know and they're men. It's literally like the same thing, the same concept, right? And they try to just project, and then I'm just like, even if somebody was to have sex with you, when you really think about it, for any girl that might do that, you having sex with a guy that literally does not value you, to where he thinks that you're not gonna get $400-$500 in the club because he came in during an hour where it's not super busy versus it being busy after midnight. So it's like they're projecting and just trying to say whatever because you didn't accept wanting to do something for $400 or $500 that you can get in the club and not have to have sex for it, nothing. But even in regards to just hanging out, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, I am not going to spend my time with no person that says stuff like that outside of their mouths. So I like when dudes talk out of their neck because it shows how they truly are. Why would I want to engage my energy with you even in my free time? Even if we're just hanging out, whatever. I don't want to hang out with men that don't value me or feel like I'm not going to receive a lot of money in the club. Like, especially when I met you in the club. Because now you're thinking that you bigger than the program and that I need you or something. So the way that I got out of that conversation, I was like, well, I'm going to go to the other people that like me too. Since you think that you're the only one in here. Yes, you showed me love on my stage set. I appreciate that. That's what you're supposed to do. But that doesn't mean that somebody else within an hour isn't gonna do the same thing. Or it's like, you're a part of my experience. You're not the experience. You're a part of the experience. You're not bigger than the program. You're just upset because I'm not falling for what you're trying to say because you think, whatever, right? And then I get a text this morning. It wasn't from that guy. This is another guy that I met there, whatever. And I'm happy that I finally ended that stuff because a lot of times, like, again, dudes, they portray one thing one time and then they act different another time. This man gonna text me at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're having a whole conversation. I didn't even finish the conversation. I thought we were done. Like, when it comes to dudes that I meet in the club, there's nothing to talk about unless you're gonna come and see me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what else is there? Respectfully, and it's okay. And I'm not wrong for that because these dudes, they don't have genuine intention anyway for wanting to hang out. They trying to get they freaking dicks wet. But anyways, he's all trying to meet with me, and I'm basically like dodging him wanting to meet with me because I don't see the value of me meeting up with him. And then he had the nerve to basically tell me that I have to be realistic. I need to be realistic. You're not going to receive a certain type of money unless you're that girl. And I'm just like, again, this further confirms why, as women, you have to call these dudes out on their bluff because how they respond or react is going to showcase their actual true character. And like I just said, I'm not about to spend time with no person that does not value me enough to where you feel comfortable enough to tell me that I'm not that girl, so I have to be realistic. Like, what does that even mean? Realistic for you, just because you don't want to give somebody $5,000, $3,000, $2,500, $15,000, just because you don't have it like that to give like that doesn't mean that the next person doesn't and can't take care of that person. If we're talking about club relationships, we're talking about club relationships and club dynamics. But even outside of the club, you literally have people that provide by nature. We're not even just talking about like just money or whatever for the people in the back. In general, So for me, it's just like, I don't know if y'all are understanding what I'm saying, but basically, as a woman, we have a lot of dudes that want to try. I'm trying to see what angle to go about it. If I'm going from the angle of being a dancer or a bottle girl or a waitress or a bartender, if I'm going from the angle of working in like service work or whatever, right? We have a lot of guys that want to spend time with us, want to hang out with us, and whatever the case may be. But if we experience customers or just people in general that are generous towards us by nature, and they're respectful to us by nature, and they don't see us as not being a certain type of girl to receive certain types of abundance, Why would we spend our time with people that are low frequency, that want to lower our value just so that they can have access to us? Why would we waste our energy on that when we can be with people that actually like value us and our time and our energy? Is basically what I'm saying. And you won't know how a guy truly feels until you call out their bluff or mention money. And then that's when you'll see how they really feel about it. Because then they're going to start saying, oh, well, you're not this because you're not that girl. So why the fuck you want to hang out with me? If I'm not that girl, why do you want to hang out with me? If I'm not that girl, why do you want to give me $200-300 of your dollars? You only see me as a $200-300 girl. You know, so you all see what I'm, so it doesn't make, that's why when you become smart, you see through you read between the lines, and you allow yourself to let people show you how they really are. And being in the club has helped me to do that, for sure. Hi, how you doing? The right personality get this job done right every time without extras. They just don't like specific dancers like that. No, literally, you know. And it's just so funny because it's just projection. And I asked dude at the club. I asked him. I was like, so how much do you guys? I asked him. I was like, so how much do you guys think we make here? This man said not a lot. And I'm like, that speaks a whole lot. You don't value me. You don't value nobody in here. You just see us as girls dancing naked for crumbs. I told that man, I was like, I would hate for any of us to strip, to not desire thousands and thousands of dollars. If we wanted to make crumbs, we could work at a fast food restaurant. If we wanted to make crumbs, we could work at a regular bar or something. So I'm like, you literally don't value any of us women in here for whatever reason. Like, what the hell? And that shows more about your character than mine. Even the guy that texted me this morning, I sent that to him before I blocked him. I was like, after I basically said that I'm sorry that you felt I'm not that girl or whatever, you know, I was like, that shows more about your character than it does for mine. And how that experience in the club ties into meeting dudes in real life outside the club and interactions. It teaches you how to honor yourself even more, because I feel like, and I was thinking about this the other day, I feel like for anybody that works in nightlife or works in service work, in a sense, we are getting a shortcut into understanding men's psychology. We're getting a shortcut into understanding how to go about people. We're getting a shortcut into knowing how to vet people properly before we give them our energy. The club is a shortcut into understanding how to go about that. So when you're just out and about in the world, going shopping, traveling, at a restaurant, out with your friends, whatever you're doing, you come across a guy, and because you know how to vet people properly, you can easily notice if a guy doesn't really value you quicker than you would if you didn't get that experience, basically. So whenever people are like, why am I single? Why am I this? Why am I that? Because I know how to vet people properly, and a lot of people are full of shit. So I don't give them my energy. They don't value women for real. And listening to Shira 7 also helped me to pay attention to that. Like, any guy can like you. Any guy can talk to you. Any guy can fuck you. Any guy can do anything. But does he value you? Does he respect you? And you won't know that until you have certain conversations. And then when you hear what they say out of their mouth and how they view women, that's when you realize they don't like you. They don't value you, and they don't respect you. So therefore, they are not worth your time or your energy. Vetting is so important. And it's kind of crazy how there's so many guys that are bad apples that don't value and respect women. And you won't know if you don't know how to vet properly. So then when you come across those guys that are actually respectful, you know, you appreciate those guys. They deserve that appreciation, because in a world full of bad apples, you got to show love to the good apples out there. And because of the good apples, that can raise your standards, and you're not going to tolerate nothing from nobody. Just like when I tell you guys that I have guy best friends that are amazing. I have guy best friends that are hella respectful. I have guy best friends that they're like genuinely good dudes. It's like they keep the standard. When men try to talk down on men that take care of women, is like, you're just upset because that person is able to do more than what you're choosing to do. You don't have to have a certain amount of money to still be a good dude and to still honor your role as a man. You know what I'm saying? No amount of specific money can take away your character as a man. So you getting mad at another man that can do what he's supposed to do is crazy. Because why do you want a woman to lower herself to meet where you're at? That's the real question. Why do they want women to lower themselves to meet where they're at just so they can benefit? So how come the woman can't benefit? Why does her needs not matter as much as yours? You know? Lorraine, you said you said stop swearing. Okay. Society and the average square have a very twisted notion about any of the damn Mookie. Reading that's fucking me up. I'm sorry, you just said not to curse. I'm going to try to read it again. Society and the average square have a very twisted notion about any of the lifestyle. They do not care about you. They think extremely love you. They do not honor you or anything you do. Yes, exactly. And it's so funny that in the midst of all of that, because we value ourselves is the reason why y'all are not getting any type of attention from us. But yet you're projecting as if we don't know ourselves. And it's crazy, because then when we know ourselves and value ourselves, then you turn around and tell us that we basically aren't worth what we're saying, and to be realistic. So it's like, which one is it? Which one is it? It don't make sense at all. It all boils down to, you want me to lower myself to meet where you're at to make you happy, and you could give 10 shits about how I feel or the care of my body. You don't care. You're selfish. You're selfish. Hi, Team Slime. How are you? But yeah, so I say all that to say, he didn't stop shit for me. I had a great night. After him, I moved around, and I am happy to say, like, Atlanta really helped me to really be assertive in that sense. Like, I don't lower my frequency to meet where people are at. You kind of just got to check people in a respectful way. Like, you don't have to curse somebody out to put them in their place. Because at the end of the day, they're not getting what they thought they was going to receive because of how they are projecting onto you, you know? Literally. I literally had a man give me 6 of his credit card information when I was 20 years old, going on 20. I wasn't even 21 yet. This man didn't even live where I lived. We had a long distance thing going on. I met him at my club up north. He gave me 6 of his credit cards and let me do whatever I needed to do. Never had sex with him, never kissed him, nothing. So if I have that exposure and that experience, why the hell do you think that I'm going to lower my experience to meet where you at because you claim to have $400 or $500? Like, what? No, they hate for women to know that they hate for women to be abundant thinking or to know more about the world to fit their whatever. I don't even know what to call it, but I just think it's very psycho. You got to be psychotic. But anyways, so counting my money, I already got my big bills. So I can do a slick money count for y'all. So on Cash App, I got $250 on Cash App. And then I got $200 in ones. I had $271 in ones. And then I had $300 in big bills. So altogether last night I got $821. And that's awesome, which I figured, because remember how I said, like, if you guys have been keeping up with me Monday through Wednesday when I was at the club, and I was like, they were all like under like $400 nights. I told myself that whenever it's like that, that means that the weekend is going to be hella busy. There's some times where every night I'll get over 800 for 2 to 5 days of work. It just depends on how often I'm there, but yeah. So it seems like people did like me for the guy that said people don't, and I'm not worthy of whatever. I had no issues. I had no issues. And all of my stage sets last night outside of the first guy, they loved me. And I'm just very appreciative that I had a very fun, easy night. So, all is well. And well is amazing in that sense. So, yeah. And then after taxes, which is really just like my tip out and stuff, it's still like 8 something, technically, yeah. So, gotta love it. I was gonna go to this thing, but the guy did not update me on it, so I already made up in my mind that I wasn't gonna go. But yeah. You said not bad at all for a few hours. Not at all. And remember how I said I felt like I really didn't do anything? Like, there was people in there, but it was like you were either getting stage money or you really had to, like, work the floor for real. And, yeah. Can't believe he ghosted her. Who ghosted me? Who ghosted me? Who ghosted me? I have to make a post. You guys, so... Actually, no. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to just let that information be discovered on its own, actually. Never mind. Never mind. I'm dipping on a yacht. But yeah, so I'm going to go to my club again today. Today is the final day. This week was the first week of me being back in my club regularly. I'm tripping on a yacht. It's the hypest cousin ever. Do you guys like this popcorn? This popcorn is really good. This is the best popcorn like ever invented in life. I just like want to show you guys what I wore. I bought a new outfit yesterday for the club. And I'm gonna show y'all. Everybody really likes my outfits in the club. Boom. Uh-oh. Can y'all see? It lit up. It lit up in lights. It was so pretty. And then the back of it, I really like the back of it. The back was open. The back was open like that, so you was able to see my tattoos. And I loved it. It was so pretty. Everybody loved it. Are you currently happy with everything outside of the dummies bothering you some? I am fantastic. Honestly, I really am. I feel fantastic. I can generally say that I am happy in my life. Are you guys happy in your life? That's a great question to ask. Like, are you happy? And I generally want to say, like, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm happy that I'm healthy. I'm happy that I have whatever resources I gotta have to take care of what I gotta take care of. I'm happy that I have people that love and support me. I'm happy that I love and support myself. I'm happy with the type of person that I am. I'm happy of the person that I grew from every day being a student, you know. I'm happy with where I am in life because I give myself grace, you know. I'm happy that I give myself grace, and I feel like the more that you give yourself grace, the faster your manifestations can flow into your life, and things just flow better when you're grateful for one and you just give yourself grace. I love that I've been locked in with you guys. I love that I'm comfortable to share my other life on my platform more often. I feel like because I'm able to do that now, it helps me to be consistent, because it's like I said before, if I'm at my club most of the time and I, you know, don't care to like share that part of my life all the time, it's like y'all not gonna see me. You guys won't see me because I'll be too locked in with whatever else I got going on. So letting go of that, I'm happy that I have balance now, and it feels great, you know. The best way to get over imposter syndrome and the best way to get over subconscious fears and anxiety is to just do all the things that you told yourself you were scared to do, and to just put yourself in the field. That's the best way to just get over it. Just be in the field. Love you too, Lorraine. Yes, everything considered, I'm happy. Life could be better, but could be worse. It's still my job to make it better if needed. Yes. Perspective is everything. Perspective is definitely everything. I feel like tonight's going to be a really chill night too, though, honestly. Yeah. I met this new guy. And I love it. Like, so I was talking to this one customer at the bar. We were just talking for a slick second. And then I looked over, and this guy was looking at me, and he basically called me over to him. So the guy that I was talking to, I just walked over. The guy that I was talking to, I think his phone rang or something, so it worked out perfectly. But the other guy, he was like, how are y'all VIP rooms here? And then I told him. He was like, oh, you trying to go? I said, yeah. He's like, you want to go right now? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And that was towards the end of the night. So I was with this African man before. I was with this African guy. He cashed at me. He said, okay, come back. I said, okay, cool. I walk around, talk to the customer at the bar. The other customer grabbed my attention. For the guy in the back that said no one likes me, a VIP quickly came to my lap. I didn't have to do nothing. He came to me. Anyways, got my VIP out the way. And by the time I got out, I went back to my African. He cashed at me again. And that was the end of, and that's how my night ended. Literally got an extra, like, let's see. Literally got an extra 200 and something within like 30 minutes. 400 something, I'm tripping. Bet he had the night of his life. He actually did. He did. I asked him. He was actually cool. I don't really like to give my Instagram out to people But this guy's actually cool. He's around my age. He's a little bit younger, but he's around my age. And it's so funny. I feel like the younger guys be really cool. I'm not gonna lie. The younger guys be cool. There was one guy, he was young, like 21, 22. I got like $1,300 some off of him. I wonder where he is now. But he was so cute. He literally looked like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Like, I'm not joking. He had the blue hair, not the blue hair. He had the blonde hair, blue eyes. He had his hair just like Fred's. His outfit was just like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Like, he was so cute. And all he wanted to do was just talk. All he wanted to do was just talk. Love it. But this guy last night, he was cool. And he's the plug. I said I could keep you around. You're the plug. I can keep you around. And I like how he already knew what he wanted. I asked him too. I was like, how did you know we had VIP rooms here? Because it was his first time there. And he was like, I looked up the reviews. And I find that so funny. I'm like, people really do be looking at the reviews. My club is a highly rated club. But no, like, he was mad cool. He was mad cool. We was just smoking in the back for the most part. We was chilling. He was cool. He might come back tonight, or he'll be there next week to see me. So, Lorraine, why are you annoyed? You said he made it clap with his hands, I guess. I'm screaming. But yeah, I love guys like that. I love guys that come in, know what they are seeking for, get it, pay it, and move around. It's literally so simple. It's so simple. So when you have guys like that exist, why the fuck am I going to be stressed about the other types? Okay? And that's why I'm so detached in the club, you know. My level of detachment, that's why not being in the club actually is really good. I take breaks from the club. Like, every year around my birthday, I'm not in the club for my birthday, and I'm not in the club for like 2 months after my birthday. This year, I kind of was in there a little bit, but then I also wasn't. And then right after Virgo season, I was just outside, okay? But having breaks from the club is good, because when you go back, you just have a clearer perspective on things and your energy is better. So you're able to just have better energy. I feel like you have less anxiety. And the anxiety just comes from whenever it gets really busy at night, you'll have less anxiety having to go around people, having to go to couples and things like that. I think taking a break from the club just resets your energy. You know, it resets your energy, so you just show up better. To where now I feel like I've gotten this new superpower where my way of catching dudes, or like the real hood trap dudes that try to be intimidating or look intimidating, all I gotta do is just look at them. Just look at them. Like, oh, just look at them. You walk by, just look at them. Dead in their eyes. That's my new favorite thing to do. I've been utilizing my eyes way more this year. I could definitely say that. The power of the eyes. For all the ladies in the chat, the power of the eyes. Okay. The power of the eyes. I forgot I need to add this to my agenda. How much I earned. And also what I like to do in my agenda, whenever I write down what I've earned that night, I always write down a higher number below. So for instance, last night it was $821. So I'm going to put underneath that I actually have $8,021. That's how delusional I am. But I think that doing that is such a great money manifestation technique. And I just started doing that. I started doing that like 2 years ago, I think. And I did that. I started doing that when I would get like my $100, $200, $300 nights. So I was like, you know what? I didn't actually get that. I got over 1,000. I got over 2,000. So I just started doing that as like a money manifestation technique. And it keeps my energies lifted for sure. For sure. And I love that for me. I'm screaming. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I want a salad. Oh, geez. All right. But all right, y'all. I just wanted to do a check-in so that you guys understood why I was not around last night. I'm going to go ahead and head out. But I love and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, checking in with your girl. And I'll be back on later. If it's not too crazy in the locker room, then I'll definitely come back on. I promise. But I love you guys.